The Tigers head men's basketball coach Pat Scarry discusses what makes CQ Arena special and a great place to watch hoops.
But first, it's time to celebrate the youngest boxing world champion in Baltimore history. That's right, 22-year-old Gervonta "Tank" Davis announced his presence last week, stopping previously undefeated IBF world champion Jose Pedraza. Our producer, Matt Stovall, was there. He spoke with trainer Calvin Ford after his historic win.
Coach, take me through the win. What was the key to Gervonta stopping an undefeated champion out there?
Well, it was it wasn't a key. It was to see what Pedraza bring the best out of Tank. This was his time to actually see was he was going to be the person that he dreamed to be, the person that he wanted to be. And his camp was terrific. It was evolving thanks to everybody that helped us with this camp. Down to his masseuse, his nutritionist. I mean, I thank everybody in the city that, Parks and Recreation, everybody that actually helped me to get me to this stage and seeing the vision and the dream that we had, to do something big in the city of Baltimore.
So I know Tank was confident, you were confident, but once he got in there, just take me through your mental state when you see him at Barclays Center.
It was actually the crowd. The crowd brought Baltimore. They turned, Coach Kitty said, they turned New York into I think he called it New York B something, but it was a funny ring to it, right? And when we walked out there, we didn't thought we was in New York. We thought we was at Baltimore because at the press conference, he had a big crowd there. And Baltimore brought us out right. They came in support. I can't say not one thing.
So I know with Gervonta, you say, he's like your son, you're like his uncle. Yeah. When you see your son up there, round one, just take me through your head when you're, trying to stay in the moment. And what were you thinking?
Well, the only thing I was thinking, I wanted him to put on a good show for the world. I was hoping that Pedraza do what he did, and he put on a great show. He's a true champion, He was a true champion. To be a champion, that's how you got to go out. Gervonta did to be a champion. He became a champion. You got to beat the best to become the best. Now, he doing his thing, and how would I say, we dreamed it, we seen it, and he did it.
He did do it. Take me through when you saw the knockout at the end of the fight when he stopped Pedraza. Just what are you thinking then? Well,
we had already called. Each one of us, I always don't train him for a knockout. I always say let the fight come to him. He called it in the 8th round. I think it went in the 7th. And and I always tell him, let the fight come to you. First, I need out of the first 4 rounds, I only need the first 2 rounds. Give me 2 rounds. I said, because we're fighting for 12 rounds. You get what I'm saying? And he was doing everything our game plan was, and he did a great job. You see the results.
Talk about that confidence that you see Gervonta in that ring. Just, he's 22 years old, just on top of the world, confidence. Just talk about what you saw from him from a confidence standpoint.
Well, on the way how we approached this, like we was going to the Nationals. We've been to the Nationals so many times. We was down in certain fights. We was up in certain fights. And we treated it. I remember one point when he had to go weigh in again on the second weigh-in, he said to me, man, I feel like I'm at the Nationals. You get what I'm saying? And that's how we treated. But again, thanks to Baltimore, man, for coming out and supporting us, man. I mean, it was amazing. Hopefully I can talk Floyd to come to Baltimore with Tank. That's the goal.
I hope to see that happen as well. That reminds me, I heard that you had a deal with Tank that before he went pro, he had to win a national championship. Talk about that. Why was that important?
Because when he turned pro, he was winning all the JOs and whatnot, so he had to win something as an open fighter. I call that pro-am. You know what I'm saying? And he did. And that was one thing about Tank, when we sit down and talk about things, he liked the challenge. I think he got it from me. The challenge is the thing that's accomplished something that people can't say you can't do. And he really wanted to go pro, and I wasn't going to turn him pro unless he won something major as an open fighter. And he went to the Golden Gloves and won it.
Sure made you so proud.
Yes, I was actually not there with him. I was home because we had a show for the younger kids, and the coaches called me that was in charge of the Golden Glove. Man, your guy, he gone left. And I say, look, this is what you do. He popped back up for weight, made weight, went in there and beat the guy.
I've heard you talk about how you need a beacon for all your life's work. You're saving children in Baltimore, and you need that beacon. Do you think Tank is that beacon as of right now?
I don't think he is. And he just opened up the door for the rest of the youngins to be coming behind him, because I always measure, my measuring stick is D.C. They had a lot of world champions coming out that city. And because of the way Baltimore is set up on the boxing scene, they never get the chance to actually do what they do. So hopefully we can change the culture of that, where they can be able to be on the spotlight too.
Mr. Ford, best of luck to you. Congratulations on a championship win.
Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Next, details on how to win one of 51 top of the line